Okay, something different today. We're at Hunter Warbirds, Scone Memorial Airport. We're going to check out the old plane display. There's a Hunter Warbird sign. We're going to check out the old planes on display. Yeah, let's go inside and check it out. Alright, so here's the view from the observation deck. All the planes on the right here, except the one got the wings. Ones actually fly. And the ones on the left here mostly state displays. So there's the state ones there. I think that the Spitfire in the middle is a replica. Here we are, yeah, they've got this screen here so you can look up all information on different planes. Here's the first one. It's the Mirage. Pause this here if you want to have a bit more of the story. And I'm sure people out there have got a lot more idea about the planes than I do. So if you've got any information and any stories and shit there, feel free to comment in the comment section about that. Here we go, here's a Mackie. So the Australian RWF plane. Most of them were RWF planes on this side. And around the corner here they have a few other displays. They've got the ejection seat display, tells you how they work. We've got a Rolls-Royce Avon jet engine here. There's some Sabres, well, look at that. And here we have the Hawker Hunter. Again, another one. I think this one actually lived in Newcastle or in Williamstown when it was in service. And around here is the actual guns out of the Hawker Hunter. It had 4 machine guns. A lot of bullets by the look at that. Got a lot of space. I guess you need that for air-to-air combat. And here we have this is a MiG in South Vietnamese colours. Even though I don't think it was an actual South Vietnamese plane, according to this sign here. Yeah, a MiG-17. Now we get into our more classical looking planes. The CAC Windgel, that's the Commonwealth Aircraft Corporation, I think. CAC, Australian, I think it's Australian design and made this one. Again, a lot more people know a lot more about planes than I do. I just like looking at them. Here we go, got another project here. I was talking to the guy there, they said they got another hangar, a few other projects they're working on, and actually plan to build a second hangar to store the state displays and keeping the working displays in this one. There's a vintage Jeep there. We've got the P-51 Mustang. These here, you see that these in a lot of it's got D-Day colours on that one. So there's a lot of World War II films, that sort of stuff. And around the back here they've got some parts off some planes. This is showing the structure of the wing of the Mackie. I wonder one day this might go towards a restoration project, I guess, if they have the rest of it there. Otherwise, it's a pretty cool illustration of how they're built. Here's the other wing off the plane with the skin on it still. The old RWF markings on there. There's a couple of old aircraft engines along here. I'm not 100% sure what they are, but if you know what they are, make sure to make some comments in the comment section. It's the back of the other one they're working on. Yeah, they're a bit bigger than the Falcon motor. And here's a flight simulator, World War II style, maybe older than that. Okay, so there's Jamie in there to get used to the controls. There you go, here's a Cessna Bird Dog in US Army colours. They use these in Vietnam and Korea as spotting planes, reconnaissance. There's a story about it there. As always, you can pause that and have a bit of a look. I'm going to read the story there. Even says this one here, they actually still use this one for fire spotting. There's bushfires and whatnot in the area. Again, there's some old planes here. This one's the Bristol Fighter. Pretty sure these are World War I type aeroplanes, these ones. There's a story about the replica one that was behind there. About how the locals used to chip in and donate money to buy the planes. It's part of the war effort. And these ones on this side actually mostly fly, I believe. This one's the Boeing Stearman Model 75. Actually, I met a guy once that owned one of these, had it in a private hangar up Maitland Way. It's a pretty cool looking thing. This is in the same US military colours as this one. And this jet here, I believe this jet here actually still fires. They use it for, you can put drill rides and things like that. It's the BAC Strike-Master. I think it was Jordanian Air Force colours or something like that. You'll notice. And just to show my lack of knowledge of airplanes, this one had a cool looking graphics on the front, but there was no actual plaque there to say what it was. Some sort of early jet fighter. Twin tails look pretty cool, but yeah, I'm not really sure what these are without the actual plaques on there. He's a Misbehaving, a cool name. Is it the cool old school World War II pin-up graphics on the side there? Again, this is another plane that works. This one looks pretty cool. There's the from below painted blue, so harder to see in the sky. From the top, it's painted desert colours so they can camouflage it in the desert. It's a Curtiss Kitty Hawk. I believe this was also used by the Australian Air Force. has a cool like graphic on the side there. And it's your classic World War II type plane, the Spitfire. Yeah, famous for pretty much winning the Battle of Britain. There's a Spitfire Rolls Royce there. I'm not sure, I think it's a damaged engine actually, that one. I thought it was a cutaway at first. Here's an interesting display. There's another Spitfire replica here. It was flown by an Australian pilot who died during World War II. And there's actually parts from his actual plane, which the museum has. It's currently in England being restored. I was talking to the guy there, these parts here are past usable in the restoration, but they've kept them here for display. Eventually that plane itself be coming back from England and it'll be on display here. You'll see it later in the video, there's actually a replica Spitfire in the middle, just to the left of where I'm standing there, and it's painted with the colours of this plane, the markings, but they actually got the real deal's coming back. Here's a model of the German Messerschmitt. I believe it's a model, it's got no wings. So it's definitely not a flying exhibit, that one. It's the trailer they probably carry around on. Yeah, down in the middle here, this is a replica. I think it's a Type 9 Spitfire, the guy was saying. But this is all the markings and colours of the markings of the one that they were restoring in England, the genuine article. Here's a model display of all the different model Spitfires from during the war. Different countries, different types. And this thing's massive, this one. It's the Grumman Avenger. I assume with the fired wings it was carried on an aircraft carrier. And actually this plane, I'm pretty sure this plane used to live over at Rutherford Airport. I've seen it over there before. It's used in air shows and whatnot apparently. It's got some markings on the tail for the company that owns it. It's still a flying exhibit as such. And there you go, that's the inside of Hunter Warbirds in Scone. And actually, yeah, there's a picture outside. This is the actual runway and whatnot. And over on the left here, there's some airplane parts that got stored there, probably for one of their future restoration jobs they're working on. But as I said, most people watching this will know more about planes than I do, so leave any comments about that. Yeah, thanks for watching. That was Hunter Warbirds Museum from Scone. As always, don't forget to like the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, any comments, especially about the planes, anything you know about them, make some comments down below. Anyhow, till next time, have fun.